So between the Apple Watch SE, Series 3, and Series 6, which one should you get? Or upgrade to? What do you think, Monty? How about you, Val?
Pass.
If you're new to the Apple Watch 3.5, I mean the Apple Watch SE is going to be the one to get as of right now if you want in. If you're upgrading from a Series 1, 2, or 3, the Apple Watch Series 6 is probably going to be the best for you. Or go with the Apple Watch SE if you're pinching pennies. If you're upgrading from the Series 4, go with the Series 6, not the SE. And if you're planning on upgrading from the 5, don't. Now the only reason to get the Series 3 from my perspective is if you're on a really tight budget, and by a really tight budget, I mean there's absolutely no way that you can save an extra $80 over the next while to get the SE. I'll be honest with you, getting the Series 3 is going to be a waste of your money. Now within those recommendations, you'll still need to choose for certain models between the cellular or GPS models, and I'll cover that at the very end of this video. That's my hot take. Need all the details? Keep watching, right puppy? At MobileReviewsEh, Monty, Val, and I base our videos on actual usage. We're usually the last to produce these videos because, well, we think that using a device and then talking about it is very crucial when making, these types of videos. And to get to this point, I've actually done and documented the first 24 hours with each one of these devices just to get a sense of kind of how they are, and I compared them against one another in the first 24 hours. So do check those videos out if that is of interest to you.
Okay, so as I was editing this, we realized that it might be a little confusing with all these watches. So this is the one, Series 2, 3, 4, 5. And then these ones with the solar loops, the yellow is the 6 and the blue is the SE.
So why do I say that the Series 3 would be a waste of money? Because it's only got a couple years of relevancy left. The biggest thing for me is that the Series 3, has an S3 chip, which makes it tech that's at least, how old, Monty? 3. With watchOS 7, Apple just deprecated Series 1 and 2 watches, which means Series 3 is next on the chopping block. At most, you're probably going to get 2 years of iOS upgrades before Apple says, bye-bye Series 3. Now, even for the most budget conscious, over the long term, assuming that you buy the cheapest watch every single time it doesn't work with Apple's latest OS, it's still going to cost you more money. Like, it will say over 9 years, it's $1,000, whereas in the other two devices, it'll be $800 to $850. So, it's a little bit cheaper if you just spend a bit more money now. So let's talk about the device that's actually a deal in 2020, which is the Apple Watch SE. The thing that stands out for me the most is the chip in the Apple Watch SE. It has an S5 chip, which puts it on parity with the Series 5 in terms of computing power, which means you're probably going to get 4 more years of usage before Apple says bye-bye. At 2/3 the cost of the Series 6, you get 1 less year of life for that product, and that's not too bad. But the Apple Watch SE is hamstrung a little bit. There is a reason why I slipped up and said that it's the Apple Watch 3.5. Basically, with the SE, you get all the functionality of an Apple Watch Series 3 and the form factor of a Series 4 with the chips of the Series 5. So if you're upgrading from a Series 1, 2, or 3, the SE is definitely going to be an upgrade, just not a very big one, we'll say. On a day-to-day basis, the first thing that you'll notice is that the SE has a larger screen. Other than that, it's pretty much going to function like your older Apple Watches do. Going from the Series 3 to the SE, you'll end up with a digital crown that tickles you back, the same old heart rate sensor, and a better Bluetooth chip and some more storage capacity. Now, if this is the first time you're watching one of my videos, I do encourage you, click subscribe. Do check out some of the other accessory reviews I've done for the Apple Watch, because this strap is the best strap that I've used, third-party strap that I've used for the Apple Watch. And so it's a MIFA strap. Do check out that link in the description section, or the accessory thing that I'm working on. That will show up in the cards once it's done. Now, getting the Apple Watch in 2020, that's actually a very good deal because the chip, it's not that old. It's only a year old, as I mentioned earlier. If Apple follows the same upgrade portfolio with their SE lineups, is that this product's going to be around for maybe 4 years before it gets another bump in terms of performance. So as of right now, the Apple Watch SE is going to be the biggest bang for your buck if you're on a budget. Now, if you're planning on getting the Apple Watch SE in 2021, it's not as good. In 2022, well, just go watch the first section of this video and imagine every single time I say the Series 3 SE. All right, let's talk about the Series 6, which is Apple's newest Apple Watch flagship. Now, it's always very, very easy to say upgrade to Apple's latest and greatest. I've already done a more involved upgrade video for that device, so do check that out if you want all the details, but here's a really quick rundown. When upgrading from the Series 1, 2, or 3, the biggest thing you'll notice, well, is the larger always-on screen. It will make a world of difference for you. Honestly, that upgrade is going to get you excited about the watch again. Now, if you're upgrading from the Series 4, like the older series, you'll notice the always-on screen, right? Pretty cool. And that will make a difference for anybody on a day-to-day basis. Now, some of the other fringe benefits you get with the Series 6 over the Series 4 include, well, newer chips such as the S6 chip and U1 chips, a blood oxygen sensor, and yeah, that's it. Honestly, if you've got a Series 4 and you're thinking about upgrading, I would actually hold off until the Series 7, or, this is a big or the U1 chip that is coupled with Apple's Series 6 and potentially being placed into Apple's AirTags, which is supposed to be something that's coming out soon. AirTags, if you don't know, is basically a Tile knockoff based on the rumors. Unless that product is super useful, mind-blowingly awesome, yeah, go with the Series 6, but all of that is vaporware right now, so yeah, just wait until the Series 7 if you're planning on upgrading your Series 4. Just hold on. They're coming with something. Actually, they probably won't. They're doing like 2 years before making a really big upgrade, I think. I don't know. Series 7 might just have a bigger battery. And if you're thinking about upgrading from the Series 5, why? So that's where my mind is at when choosing between the Series 6, the SE, as well as the Series 3.
So let's talk about whether you should buy the GPS version or the cellular version. Now, I generally default to buying the cell versions because they're just easier to resell, and that's my experience, specifically with iPads. But, funny enough, I haven't had a cell plan on my Apple Watch until the beginning of this year, and I didn't realize how important it is to have that plan to the cell phone or plan to the Apple Watch. And now, is it life-changing? Absolutely not. Is it life-improving? Absolutely. Is it critical? No. But this is what I've discovered, is that I really could care less where my iPhone is, because at the very end of the day, the only reason why I carry my iPhone around with me all the time is just in case somebody needs to get in touch with me. And if I have that capability through my Apple Watch, then really, what is the point of my iPhone? Because the only reason why I have my iPhone, on me all the time is to communicate with people, and then I just end up doom scrolling, right? And so having that connectivity, that pint-sized connectivity with other people through my Apple Watch is really all that matters, which is the primary reason why I think people should go and get the cellular portion or the cellular version of the Apple Watch. Honestly, if I wasn't a reviewer, I would actually upgrade my Apple Watch way faster than I would my iPhone, because that extra amount of communication ability is worth way more to me than an extra camera lens, we'll say. I've totally taken a wrong turn, and this is not where I'm supposed to be. Now, is cellular functionality absolutely critical? No, but it is a way for you to get the most out of your Apple Watch. It does cost more. Unless you're on a terrible, terrible budget, don't shortchange yourself with the full functionality of the Apple Watch. I do realize that I'm speaking from an adult perspective. If you're buying an Apple Watch for your kids, that's probably going to change the story that you're going to hear, or change the reasons why you would buy an Apple Watch. But again, if they were to forget their phone, you can still keep in contact with them. Like, it's just a tiny communications device.
The only other thing that I forgot to say that Monty wants me to say to you guys is that getting a cell plan on your Apple Watch is probably going to be more useful than any sort of the features on the Series 6. New features on the Series 6 anyways. Blood oxygen! So that's all I got for this video. First time watching, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that every single time my video comes up, you get to see Monty. Let's go for a walk so you can poop. Give me back my watch.
Driving by a cop. I have no idea where I am. Nope, this isn't where I want to be. Where am I? Let's not pop an illegal UE.